Hello, YouTubers. Brooksy here, telling you guys what else you should watch this year on 2025. And I had to say, you definitely should put Monsters or Monster Season 3. Now, I had to say, the previous season where you see the Menendez brothers definitely had me shocking because you had no idea, like, why they did it. You think, oh, they must have did it because of money. But then you look in deeper, then there was something sinister that the father and mother did. So it kind of plays like, oh, do you believe it from their point of view or do you believe it from the prosecution's point of view? Which a lot of the movie, the a lot of the Lifetime movies or episodes from Law and Order from the past has shown it from the prosecution's point of view, but you never see it from the Menendez brothers' perspective. But when you watch season 3 of Monster and you watch the end Gein story, you kind of see the most like disturbed and prolific serial killer who created like the most like popular films, or who inspired the most popular films like Psycho, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, to countless other, and then also inspired other serial killers like you know the uh Richard Speck, and also Ted Bundy and countless others, and then of course, Jerry Brudos. And but what I also learned from watching the show is also you kind of see the origin story of Ed Gein, and he was like a pretty much a quiet type, pretty good farmer, but he also had a trouble upbringing with his abusive and disturbed mom, while his brother was kind of the charming one, straight laced, had a family. Well, Ed was kind of just like, stuck in the middle. So you kind of see him just struggling through his like psyche, trying to figure out where he fits in. And then when he finally meets someone who's just like him, he kind of like doesn't know what to do. And then, I like how it shows like before he commits the crimes, and you get to see when he commits the crimes, and then after, the whole shocking revelation, when like what happens to him after he committed the most gruesome, heinous like murders in American history. And he kind of becomes like this folk hero to all these like like these horror fanatics and serial killers, and then Hollywood directors. And then you also kind of see him like when he goes to the asylum, he kind of becomes like this like popular guy. He's beloved by he's beloved by the staff, and then all and the administrators, and like he becomes like this this good-hearted but also kind like patient, and he kind of has a revelation. So you kind of see you kind of see his redemption. I don't want to spoil too much, but he does something which helps like the police, like helps the police catch, Ted Bundy. But that's all I'm going to say. He does something that helps the police catch Ted Bundy, but that's it. And then the most shocking twist of all, you see a kind of wink to the Mindhunter show. So it connects. So you kind of see a reference to the Mindhunter, which I was so happy about. But also, I was kind of bummed that they didn't bring the actors who played the actual FBI agents. Because you kind of see, one of the FBI agents, Holden Ford, and then his partner. I wish they would have brought the actors from the Mindhunter show, because it would have made so much sense. But they brought someone else, so I was kind of bummed. But I was kind of happy they finally connected Mindhunter to Monster season 3. So you kind of see, you see the sexy college professor from Mindhunter, and then the two FBI agents, Holden, and then and Bill, So it kind of you kind of see like what happens to them from season 2 of Mindhunter. So I really hope they bring back Mindhunter. They bring back Mindhunter and they do season 3, because after the cameo from Monster season 3, they definitely should do it. So absolutely watch Monster season 3, because the story is amazing, the characters are amazing, and Charlie Hunnam killed it as Gein. Killed it. Totally Golden Globe performance.